Welcome to Bound by Books, a podcast of five authors across the genres talking about the one thing we're all bound by, books. Hello, I am one of your hosts, Sherri Hayes, and I am joined today by my fellow co-host, Danielle Bannister. How are you doing today, Danielle?
Good. Always good. Got my tree up. I got the gifts under the tree. I'm ready.
You are wrapped. Like, your gifts are actually wrapped. I have all my gifts, but none of them are wrapped. Absolutely not in one.
I am a planner. I think we've discussed this. I have had gifts ordered and wrapped basically since October.
Wow. I thought I was on top of the game.
Yeah.
Like I have had my Christmas shopping done for probably a month and a half. I've been done shopping.
That's good though. That's good, especially right now where things are taking so long. I mean, that's basically why I started early. Usually I don't start until November, but I was just all those, freight things were in the ocean. I'm like, you know what? Things are going to be delayed a long time. If I want stuff under the tree and I want to make sure it's here, I'm going to order it now. So I may have ordered a little too soon, but at least now I have gifts under the tree and I don't have to worry about if it's going to show up or not.
I was going to say, because at least your kids are not going, where's our gift, Mom?
Yeah. And they have birthdays on either side of Christmas too. So I not only have to buy Christmas, I have to buy birthdays. So
yeah, you have to be on top of that. Yeah, my niece had a birthday in November and they could not get her birthday gift in time. For her actual birthday. So it was going to be it was going to arrive like 2 weeks after her birthday. And I'm like, well, there's not much you can do about it. I mean,
you're at the mercy of the shipping at this point. So yeah.
You are. So we're both on top of it, at least the buying part. So yay for us. So with Christmas coming up,
yes,
are you still writing or are you taking some time off?
Oh no, there is no rest for the wicked. Every year I think, you know what, I'm gonna take the month of December off. I'm just gonna let that be the month that I just take off and just let the creative juices repercolate, but it never actually works. So no, I'm still writing several different projects. I'm still prepping for a new release. Blogging about a new pen name that I'm going to be coming out with next year. So yeah, no, the wheels of the bus go round and round. What about you? Are you still busy this December?
I am. I'm still working on my my BDSM romance, His Forbidden Kiss. I'm hoping to have it finished this month. I'm about 75% through, so I am really excited.
That's
and crossing my fingers. I know
writing time for you is really hard to come by. So I know it's been really difficult to keep that momentum going. And I think was it the month of the Nano that you didn't actually participate in Nano, but you gave yourself a word count goal. You just continuing that in December?
I am. Yeah, I'm pretty confident because in the past I've had a really hard time, like you said, with finding that balance of getting words in and not becoming overwhelmed. Because before my husband quit his full-time job working for someone else and started working for himself, I had my day to kind of work in words, and stop and start and, this and that, and the other. And I was able to get in 3,000, 5,000 words sometimes in a day. Once he didn't do that anymore and he was working from home, it was a lot more difficult to try to do that because I was now not only he was home, but with us growing his business, I was now trying to, I was more hands-on with his stuff as well.
Sure.
And it was really a trying to balance two jobs at one time, two very different jobs.
Yes. Two very different
yes.
brains needed for those types
Yeah,
of
exactly.
things.
It really is. I was actually one of our woodworking clients was a doctor, or is a doctor. And he was talking to us about that one time. And he was saying the side of your brain that would be required for woodworking is actually the complete opposite side of the brain that is required for writing a plot driven story.
Yeah.
So yeah, I basically have to sit here and go like, which side of my brain is working?
Your brain is ambidextrous. You have a
it really is
super smart brain. Super smart.
I get that. I get plenty of exercise for both things. So a lot of it was finding, it kind of goes back to actually the previous week's podcast episode where Hannah and Marianne were talking about balance and boundaries and burnout. And those 3 Bs that are so prevalent in writing, no matter what you're doing.
Yes.
And so it was really trying to find balance. So I actually have a very weird schedule now. As far as like when I go to sleep and when I wake up several hours before my husband in the morning.
Good writing time.
And it's my exercise and writing time. I get a 1 mile walk in and I get 1,000 words in.
Nice. Do you walk on a treadmill or do you walk outside in nature?
Neither. There's a
excuse me? Are you just walking around your house? I don't understand. Fill me in. That makes no sense.
There is I guess she would be considered an exercise guru person. But she has videos on YouTube and she does an exercise program called Walk at Home. And she does 1 mile, 2 mile, and 3 mile walk videos where she basically takes you through those miles with just regular like walking, marching type things, side steps, kicks, knee lifts,
so
that
walking
kind of things.
in place sort of type.
Right.
So basically like a light aerobic.
Yes, exactly. So it is an aerobic walk because you're getting a mile in 15 minutes.
Nice.
So it is a nice brisk type walk, but I'm getting my exercise in, and I'm getting my workout in.
The most important thing I've learned about exercise is do the thing that you know you're going to do. Mm-hmm. If you know you're going to do this, do it. If the idea of lifting heavy weights makes you go, oh, I don't want to do that, you're never going to do it. It's never going to last. You're never actually going to do the thing. I do yoga every day for about 15 minutes and I'm on the ground 90% of the time because, hey, I am tired in the morning and I am lazy. If I can't get down onto the floor and just stretch, then, something's wrong, right? So I know I can do that. And maybe after that, I will also do squats or I'll have I've at least done something.
Yeah, you really do it. You do have to find something that you are going to be able to do and not absolutely detest doing. Right. I tried to work with a personal trainer, which nothing against him because he's great.
It's a personal thing.
He really wanted me to do an hour and a half of working out at least 4 days a week. And I just, that's the thing. It's like, in my schedule, it just doesn't work with it. It just doesn't. So I had to figure out how to balance. Again, it's that balance, finding that balance. And for me, 15 to 20 minutes in the morning is doable. And I need my cardio. And she has some videos where they incorporate some band work into it as well.
So if you want a little bit more of a challenge.
Exactly. Yeah. So it really is, like I said, a nice balance. And she has so many different videos that I can pick and do a different one every single day. Yeah. So I don't get bored, and I'm working different muscles. I'm not doing the exact same thing. So I'm not getting that muscle memory. I'm changing things up. So yeah, it's a balance.
You know what you could say, that the workout that you do in the morning in that moment of Zen, that is like a gift that you give yourself. Do you see how I've transitioned us back?
Yes, I have. Yes, because today we are talking. I know we kind of got off topic, but hey, that's okay. But yes, it is. I know we always do. And we always do. So yeah, if people like to listen to us just ramble on, that is what we're good out here at Bound by Books.
We're all over the place.
Yes, but we are talking about gifts today since Christmas is coming up. So if you have a bookish person, friend or relative that you are still going, what in the world am I going to get this person? Or maybe it's you. Maybe you want to get yourself a bookish gift.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you some ideas on some of the things that we would like.
We would want.
We would want. That were interesting to us.
List, if you will, of things that if you're not sure what to get your bookish friend, one of these things on the list is sure to go over as a big hit.
Yes. I mean, there are some of these things that I would just absolutely like. I've thought about purchasing for myself, but there's not one thing on this list that I would be like, I really wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
So why don't you take number one, Danielle?
Okay. Well, I think it's fitting that I take this first one because it is so true. Getting a notebook or journal or something like that. I know a lot of authors will just collect notebooks, but then they won't write in them because they're too pretty or whatever. It doesn't matter if you never use the notebook. If it's too pretty, we still want them. We still covet them. I actually use my notebooks, and
you do because you are a planner. Like
I am. I use a lot. To
the nth degree. Oh my goodness. Notebooks. Yes.
I have a certain kind that I like. I've become that person that there's a certain kind that I, but I'll use other
become
notebooks.
A notebook snob. Is that what you're saying?
I've become a notebook snob for bookish plot related things. So if I'm using a certain notebook for like planning out my book, I want a certain type. But I have all kinds of notebooks and journals and things for other things. I have a gratitude journal. I have a regular just note journal for any marketing classes and whatnot that I take. So I have gazillions of journals, and I always need more. And anybody who's a bookish sort of person, I mean, I know that there are a lot of people who use these for like writing down for reviews and stuff, a book that they've read, and they want to make a note of, this is the book, I read it, I liked it, this is the star rating that I read. All kinds of different ways you can use a notebook or a journal.
Yeah, there was actually, I came across a YouTube video the other day. There is now such a thing as book journaling, like reading journaling.
I love that.
They're so cool. Like they're like building, they're like literally drawing out bookshelves to then write their books on this, like the names of the books on the spine as they read them.
I love it.
And I mean,
I absolutely love that.
Wow.
I love it.
It's amazing.
See, these are the things that I mean, look at how excited that we're getting about something that we don't even have, but we would like, So I mean, it's definitely a gift for a bookish sort of person. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with a journal.
I will go and find I'll go into the like note journal planner area of almost any store and look to see what they have. Yeah. And if I find one that looks somewhat interesting to me, my husband's literally would come up to me and go, "Do you really need another one?" Yeah, I really need another one. I
just want to touch it and open the pages and see what the paper feels like. And
there's just something about it. So yes, it's that perfect
possibility. A blank notebook is filled with possibility. I love it.
Yes. So that brings us to number 2, which are throw blankets. Now,
Can never have too many throw blankets.
No. And if you really want to just absolutely thrill your reader, author, friend, just blow their mind.
Yes, I do.
Get the throw blanket with their favorite book cover on it.
Yeah. And it's so easy to do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, go on, set up an account on Vistaprint, upload the book cover, and have it printed off. I mean, they will love you forever.
Yeah,
they will absolutely love you forever.
And there's so many bookish ones too that if you're like, oh, I don't know how to do that, you can search anywhere, any online platform or whatever, and you're gonna find tons of different types of throw blankets. They're great. In this time of year, you cannot have too many throw blankets. You just can't.
I mean, you want to cut, if you've got somebody who wants to cuddle up on a couch or a chair with a book, most of the time they're going to have a blanket wrapped around their legs or feet, and there's nothing better. Nothing better.
I agree. That brings us, I have to say, to number 3. And you can't, yes, of course, I'm the one who came up with this one. But
yes, I know. It fits you.
Pens and pencils for those journals. You need some gel pens or some fancy mechanical pencils.
Love gel pens.
Gel pens are amazing. They just glide over a journal. Make it a combo gift if you want, or just give them a brand new set of gel pens. They are the best. And of course, yes, we all have our favorites of gel pens and whatnot, but I am not going to turn down any pencil or any pen product. I am going to be over the moon with that. Highlighters, any of those sort of marking things, I love. Do I have too many pens and pencils already? Yes.
No.
Do I want more? Yes. I mean,
there is no such thing as too many pencils or pens.
I would agree. They
don't last forever.
Pencils and pens, they do go away, and sometimes you do hang on to some of those pens that maybe have a bit blotty ink, and you really should let go. Or they don't fit in your hand in just the right way, or. So those it's okay to let those go. It's okay. Their feelings will not be hurt. It's okay. Let them go. Let them go. Make room for the new.
Which brings us to number 4. And
this is a good one.
This is a very good one. This is very, very, very good one. A book subscription box. And you can do one subscription box, or you can do a year subscription box, a quarter. There are a lot of different options. There are subscription boxes for everything. Absolutely. There are fantasy subscription boxes. There are romance subscription boxes, historical, literary,
young adult,
middle grade. There are subscription boxes for different kind of cover, and they range in just supplying, like sending you books, to books and bookish items, author notes,
and oftentimes exclusive items that are only available in these subscription boxes. So if you're a person who likes to collect things, that's fun too.
Yeah,
and
there's
it's a surprise. You don't know what you're getting.
Exactly. You know that you're going to get approximately this dollar amount in the
and
box.
What genre it is, but that's about it.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. Everything is kind of sometimes I have had some bookish boxes will tell you what book will be in there. But not all of them. Most of them do not, but there are a few. And there was this one box that I came across. If you have a book lover that really likes surprises, and you're going to ask me what the name of it is, and I do not remember, but
I won't ask them.
But they actually have, like, it's almost like a read along where they have little notes where it tells you like which page it like will answer a question. So it's kind of like a find type thing. It's very, very interesting. But yeah, I mean but again, there's so many. I know Colleen Hoover has a box that,
and that's the thing too. If you have a favorite author, chances are they might have a subscription box. Go to their website. You might actually be able to get one from them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you never know. You never know. So there are so many different options out there. But yes, because I have toyed with the idea of ordering a subscription box or two.
Yeah.
But
I've done it before. It's fun. It's fun.
I would love to get one. And I know that, there are most book lovers would love to get, and there's even author ones.
Yeah.
There are author ones that are specifically geared towards author life, writing life.
Sure.
Craft, writing craft itself. So there is, if you have an author friend, book friend, check out and you don't know what to get them, a subscription box is the absolute perfect gift.
And one that's fun to check out. I'm just going to put a little promo in for them. The Bookworm Box, they do subscription boxes, and one thing that they do that's I think a little unique versus the other subscription boxes is that they also give a completely unique cover to the book. So it's a book that's already out. So I know this because my young adult book was in a Bookworm Box, and they take this was my normal cover for that, and they made an exclusive one of their own. So there was only however many subscriptions of this. So this was an extremely sort of rare book
copy.
So I mean, there's all kinds of different ones like that though, so that it's really a fun experience, and I think it's fun for the person buying it too. It's like, what kind of subscription box am I gonna get for my bookish
which
friend?
one am I? But all you have to do is, if you Google book subscription boxes, you will be shocked as to how many different options there are available. And and if you're ever curious about them, again, go to YouTube and put in the search screen.
There's a lot of like unboxing ones too. Yeah.
Yes. There's tons of unboxing ones, so you can kind of get an idea of what types of things. But I mean, you get, like, I've seen wind chimes in them and music boxes.
Throw blankets. I've seen throw blankets.
Pillowcases. I mean, all sorts of stuff. So it's really, really, really awesome.
Yeah. It's not all paper swag that you're getting.
No. Yeah, that's one of the things I think is very cool about it, is that I think a lot of people, when they think book subscription boxes, they're thinking kind of that, I think maybe from like when they first came out, when they first started,
right,
where it was literally just, you got a book and you got a bunch of like bookmarks and maybe some pens, things like that. That's not really how book subscription boxes are anymore.
They're pretty epic. Yeah,
they really are. They really are. Why don't you take us to number 5?
Number 5. One thing that they should put in these boxes, and I don't know if they have yet, hand warmers.
The ones with no fingers, so that if you're writing and typing,
fingerless gloves are, especially if your bookish friend lives where there are actual seasons and the weather gets cold. And, even if you're reading a book and your hands are just cold and exposed, those little fingerless gloves, they actually have warmers that you can plug into like a USB port, and you could just put there's one that I've been eyeing for a while. It's like a slice of toast with a smiley face on it. And you just slide your hands in it to make your hands nice and toasty. I love a good
That sounds really, really, really good right about now with the weather that we're having. It's like,
your hands get so cold, to stick them in the little toasters. Yeah. Toast your hands up, and then you can write again.
Oh yeah, and there are actually fingerless gloves that have bookish sayings
Absolutely. Yep, where they'll have words or text of certain pages on it. It's
quotes and stuff like that. Yeah. So there are plenty of different options for that. I mean, it's absolutely totally
so much fun.
Well, number 6. So 6, I can't even count. 6.
Good with words, not with numbers.
Exactly. I don't put very many numbers in my books. It's just weird. But number 6 would be bookmarks. And I'm not talking about bookmarks as in the paper bookmarks that we used to get when we went to the library as kids. I'm talking about really nice bookmarks. You can get wooden bookmarks made. You can get metal bookmarks made that are engraved with a saying or a picture, anything like that. And if you have a friend or yourself that loves a book and, or a character or something, find a quote from that book or that character and put it on a bookmark. That friend will absolutely love you. They will probably, they will have a special place on their bookshelf and they will always remember you that you gave them that.
The one thing that I would suggest to anybody who is looking at these sort of non-paper bookmarks is just check the thickness of the bookmark.
Yes.
Because if you do have a bookish sort of lover, they are not going to want to put anything in their book that might risk breaking the spine or, damaging the papers. And sometimes I've noticed some of these bookmarks, I've purchased some myself, fancy ones. I'm like, this is way too thick to put in a book and not have it destroyed. So just kind of pay attention.
Yeah, it needs to be pretty thin. Yeah, it needs to be pretty thin.
I've seen some really cool cloth woven ones and things like that. Yeah, I mean,
there's those too. Yeah, there's a lot of unique. Like I said, you just have to kind of think outside the box, and
or even a paper one that has like a unique topper on it, so that it looks like hands are coming out of your book, or whatever it is. Dorothy's, the witch's feet sticking out.
Yeah, well, yeah, that or again, if you want, there are a lot of authors that have a plethora of bookmarks of their books, and
I do.
A lot of times, especially given the whole COVID thing, because people authors were already preparing for the 2020 book signing season before all of the shutdowns.
We had a lot of stock that didn't get used.
Exactly. So you could just contact their favorite author and say, hey,
can I get a signed bookmark?
Would you mind sending me a signed bookmark of this book? Do you have one that you could send me? Because chances are they probably will. And if for some reason, like they would want you to cover the cost of like the shipping or something, it's still probably not going to cost you more than a
stamp. It shouldn't cost more than a stamp to send a bookmark.
Yeah. So it's not like it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and you may make somebody's day
absolutely
to do that. So
absolutely. Yeah. And some of the big authors may even have on their websites, they might even have, places you can purchase things like that.
Exactly.
I'm not that large an author, so I don't have that option. If you want a bookmark from me, just let me know. I'll send you a bookmark.
So yeah, I have books on my website, but I do not have swag yet. So one of these days, maybe I'm hoping to get to that level where I can actually put
a merch store. You gotta do a merch store.
Exactly. Technically, I guess I have a merch store because like I said, I have a storefront on my website.
Right.
But at the moment, all I have on there are
books
where you can purchase my paperback books. Yeah. I don't have.
You could do some really fun wooden swag.
I could, especially since
I know
it is on my radar. We just have been a little busy to sit there and design it.
I bet you could do something fancy.
Yes, we could. And down the road, I have some ideas. There are some definite ideas. Bookmarks, keychains, things like that. Yeah, they're in the brain. They just haven't come to fruition yet.
Yet, I like that you said yet. It's not off the table yet.
You got it.
So number 7 of bookish things that you can give to people. And you may say, really? Yes, really. Coffee and or tea mugs. I don't care if I have too many coffee or tea mugs. I want them. I do. I want them. I may not use them ever, but I want them. especially if it's
Mhm.
especially if it's got a nice little lip to it, or if it's got some heft to it. I like a coffee. And you know what? It's only recently there you go. The last year or two
This
that
is
I
a
noticed
bookish.
that is a bookish, absolutely. That is a
Yes.
bookish cup. And
And
there
I
is
love this thing.
there is a difference, and this is important for people. If you're buying for a tea drinker, teacups and coffee cups are different. And do you know how I know that they are different? Because I've tried using regular coffee cups for my tea. And do you know what happens to a regular coffee cup when you pour boiling hot water into them? They crack and they leak everywhere. I have ruined at least a dozen cups going, crap, that's not the right cup. There's a difference. So just know that. Know that when you buy it, look to see if it's made for tea. Just look.
The more you know.
The more you know. The more you know.
But there really
Some
is.
good mugs that way.
Yes. Well, I love, one of the, seriously, when I would go to book conferences, if the package, the little welcome box you got or bag you got included a cup or a mug or a water bottle or something along those lines, those were like, you're like, yes, it was like you hit the jackpot because it was something that was usable.
Yes.
That commemorated your, something that you love.
Yep. Absolutely.
So it's along those same lines. Yeah. So it is. All right. So number 8, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with throw blankets, but this is socks, bookish socks. And just like with the gloves, you can get them with bookish sayings on them.
Absolutely.
With quotes on them, with even sometimes depending caricatures on them.
Sure. There are so many sock companies now that you can just upload your, whatever picture. You could even upload a picture of yourself and put them on the socks for people and say, hey, I just wanted you to know that I'm always with you. And you put them on the socks and, you know, it's a fun gift.
It is. I actually saw a pair of socks where they were showing, like the bottoms, the soles of the socks, and it actually spelled out books. Like it had the 2 and the 2 letters.
If you can read this, bring me a book.
Yeah. It was so cute. And they were the fuzzy kind, like they weren't like your regular, like you're wearing during the day socks. These were your like cuddle on the couch, fuzzy, comfy, soft, warm.
And I would say that they don't even have to have a bookish theme to them. Just a pair of fuzzy socks. A pair of fuzzy socks that you can cuddle up with in your throw blanket and your hand warmers when you're sitting down to read a book. I mean, there's nothing better than being with your cup of tea.
I was going to say, if we're giving you so many ideas. If you have a book lover and you have about, let's say you want to spend like $50 on them, you can give them a whole like kit.
Yeah.
And they would absolutely be like,
that's a gift that they're going to remember. Yeah, that's a gift.
Yes, they are, because I mean, you got your throw blankets, your socks, and your hand warmers, and and you were just you're creating, you're setting them up.
We are giving you gold here, gold
relaxation. They're perfect escape relaxation. Yes. So lots and lots of things. So that leads us, that kind of falls right in line with what we're saying. Yes. Danielle, you want to share number 9? So
I think that this is a gift that not a lot of people give, and I think it's one that has a lot of thought to it, and I think it's a really good gift idea. Give your bookish friend your own personal favorite book, like a title that you consider your most favorite book. You don't have to give them your coveted copy. Buy them a copy for themselves. And, put in the inside, why this book meant so much to you and why you want to give your favorite story to them. I mean, I think you can learn so much about people from their favorite books, and what better way to sort of get to know your friend than to read a book that they really love and have a special place for. I think you end up learning more about your friend through that choice. So, and it's a very personal choice too. So I think it's a good sort of bonding thing that you could do for that bookish friend of yours.
It is. And I mean, unless I will say the caveat on that is that if your favorite book is a science fiction, space odyssey, and your friend, hates those type of books, maybe not do that.
Right.
But if you have similar tastes, if say you both really like romance, and maybe you're a historical fiction lover and they're a contemporary lover, but you have this one historical fiction book that you've read it 10 times and you absolutely love it, it's your go-to book, and your friend has never read this book before, then that is the perfect opportunity to gift them this book, your favorite book. And like Danielle said, put a nice personalized note in it that explains, why. Basically give your friend a review of that book without giving them spoilers.
Right.
But just as you would leave a book review on Goodreads or Amazon or something like that and say, I love this book. It's the best book I've ever read. It changed my life, whatever you're going to say.
Yeah.
But
and here's why I think you might like it, I mean, just anything personalized like that. I think it's I think more impactful than just going to the store and picking up whatever the newest release is and, sort of hoping that your friend will like it. I mean, there's some thought behind this. There's some intentionality there.
Exactly. Yeah. And really, book lovers tend to be sentimental.
Yeah.
We just do.
We are.
We tend to be very sentimental. So if you can give us something that is going to that we're not only going to like, but is going to touch us emotionally and create a connection, it's just going to be cherished that much more. So yes, that's a perfect gift idea. Perfect gift. And books are going to need somewhere to go.
They really are.
So, and if you have a book lover, then I'm pretty positive they have a bookshelf, right?
Probably. I
mean, there aren't very many books. Even the people I know that read a lot of ebooks, they all have
paper books.
And they all have paperbacks somewhere in their home. Yeah. Okay. Which brings us to number 10, which are bookends. And there are some, again, creative bookends out there. There's the ones that are simple that just say books or have actual pictures of books. And then there are ones that are like Game of Thrones themed or Harry Potter themed. I mean, there are so many different varieties out there, and you give them a perfect place to display their favorite books.
Absolutely. I have several different bookends. I probably have about 10 different sets of bookends, and I'm using every single one of them. Yes, this is, it's not even a gift that I would have thought of until you mentioned it. I'm like, oh yeah, right, of course, because even if you've got a place to put books on a shelf, if you haven't filled that shelf, the books are going to like sort of collapse and you're going to ruin the spine of the book. And so you need a bookend to kind of hug that book up to keep it in good shape. And there are so many unique ones that you can find either on like Etsy or wherever. You can find great ones, and why not? You could do a whole little like gift basket and like smoosh all the stuff in between.
See, we have given you 10 ideas, and you can just take those 10 ideas and just make this big gift basket. Yeah, you're golden. Absolutely golden.
That is a great gift idea for any bookish person. And you know what? I would would argue any sort of person, because who doesn't love a notebook or some new pens or, something special, that comes their way. These are, great sort of usable gifts that have a purpose, and they're not just going to sit and collect dust. You can actually use these things, right?
Yeah. And like we were, I know we've been focusing on bookish items on gifts today, but like, for example, the subscription boxes. There are subscription boxes for just about anything.
Everything. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a book. Yeah.
Right. If it's a craft person, if it's, you
could get the man
subscriptions.
Box.
Yes. They have a bespoke box.
Yeah.
Where, there are so many gift subscription boxes because they're so popular. People like feeling like it's Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
All
There's even a
round.
Singles box. I've eyeballed that
there
before.
Really?
There really is. There really is.
Wow.
There
I
really
knew
is.
there was there's health and beauty boxes. There's
absolutely
I don't remember what it's called, but they do fitness boxes, things like that.
Just type in the thing that you're thinking of and then subscription box. And I bet you're going to find something that will because
there's so many of them. Yeah, there are so many of them. So, and again, who doesn't like, I have not met a woman yet that does not like a nice pair of soft, comfy socks just to lounge around the house in. I have yet to meet the woman that does not like that. I love socks. Yeah. I love socks, especially a nice pair of comfy socks that I can just, wear around my house on a cold day and not have to worry about my feet getting cold.
Absolutely. It's the worst. It's the worst. In the time. It's in the worst.
I hate that. Yes. So, well, hopefully we have given you some ideas.
A top 10 list to end all top 10 lists. And with that, I think that about does it for our broadcast today.
I think so. I think we've wrapped this up quite nicely.
I think we have.
Yes.
If you want to learn more about either of us or any of our hosts, you can check out our website, boundbybookspodcast.com, and be sure to join us next Monday as we talk more about books and the things that make us bound by books. See you next time.
Bye.
Wait, before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check us out on our website, boundbybookspodcast.com.